Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I challenged myself and made lobster bisque for the first time ever. So watch this recipe with me, try it yourself, let me know how it goes. I took about 8 cups of water and salted it, brought it to a boil because I wanted to make my own lobster stock. I popped 3 lobster tails in, you can use 4 for more flavor, just for about 5 minutes until they were nice and red, set them aside and let them cool, and I did put my water on low. Then we're gonna take all the meat out. Didn't do the full tutorial on how to do this, but you're just gonna cut that center all the way up to the tail, then use your thumb and finger to kind of pry that meat from the sides. Next, we're gonna cut that up into bite-sized pieces, pop it in a container and in the fridge, and we're gonna use this a little bit later on, so I don't need it right now, just gonna keep it refrigerating. Then we're gonna put all those lobster tail shells right back on in that water, bring it to a boil, then you're going to lower it and simmer and pop a lid on for about a half hour to 40 minutes just to get all the flavor we can. I did drain it about 3 times and set it aside. Next, let's grab 2 celery stalks, 2 carrots, and an onion. Finely chop those. You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of freshly chopped tarragon, and we're gonna get a big old pot, put 2 tablespoons of butter with some oil in there, all those veggies and herbs, and basically we're just gonna get those a little bit tender, so we're sweating them out. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Next, I did put a little bit of salt and pepper for flavor, so do this to taste, no real measurement here, with a big heaping spoonful of garlic. You're gonna cook that for 1 more minute until it's nice and fragrant. Then we're gonna take one of those little cute, adorable cans of tomato paste and add that on in there with 3 tablespoons of flour. Mix it together, combine it really well. Then we're gonna go ahead and add some white wine. I used 1 1/4 about, or 1.5 cups of that white wine. Then we're gonna take 5 to 6 cups of that lobster stock, add that on in there, mix it together really well, and we're just gonna cook this for, I would say, about a half hour until everything's nice and tender, combined, and a little bit thick. I did use my fancy Pampered Chef blender for this part. I had to divide the soup into 2 parts and blended it down for about 3 minutes each. It'll look like this. Then we're gonna add some heavy whipping cream. I used 1 cup at first, and I put another cup in there. Look, I almost couldn't say it. I was just so excited, I guess. Added a little bit of some cayenne in there, and then I did do a spoonful of Better Than Bouillon, the roasted chicken kind. I kept mixing this occasionally so it didn't stick to the bottom until it started to thicken up and look just like this. Now it's time to get that lobster back out. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of butter, heaping spoonful of that garlic, that's right, straight out of the jar. Mix that together for about a minute or so just to get it nice and fragrant again and cook down. Pop that lobster in there. We're gonna smother it in butter. Doesn't that sound delicious? I'm telling you, it is. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I don't use a lot of salt, as you guys know. And then I did use a little bit more of that cayenne. I wanted to give this soup a little bit of a kick. Now I did take half of this lobster, pop it in the soup and just mix it in. It was off by this time. Then for each little bowl, put a little bit of lobster in the middle, garnished with parsley, and there you have it. This was so good. I can't wait to make this all the time now. Let me know how you guys like it, and don't forget to subscribe.